And good morning. Welcome to Community Voice. I am your host, Josh Engel. Today is Thursday, December 5th. And our guest this morning, it's Oak Mountain Academy in the studio with us. We are live streaming this morning's program on the WLBB News Talk 1330 Facebook page. So if you have any questions or comments for our guests or kudos, because they're three very fun, awesome folks, feel free to throw those in the chat. I'd be happy to read those out to our guests. Before we get started, our guests today are going to be the head of school at Oak Mountain Academy, Patrick Uran, as well as Alessa Constein and Jacob Wells, upper school dean. Alessa, did I say it wrong? Alessa. See, I said I knew it's going to be Alessa, and then I said it wrong because I thought about it. Alessa Constein, and she's the director of college counseling, and Jacob Wells, the upper school dean. Before we jump into our topic today, which will be discovering your journey through the college counseling process on the mountain, I'm going to read out our today's Christmas cash giveaway trivia question, and we've already spoken with the guests in advance, so they know not to say the answer, because I know at least probably all three of them knew the answer. Today's question for Thursday, December 5th, what unlikely duo recorded the song Peace on Earth and Little Drummer Boy in 1977? That's the year Star Wars came out. Not that has anything to do with the answer, but I think that's a fun piece of trivia. So if you know the answer, go to this station's website or gradicommunications.com, click on the random Christmas trivia banner, enter your name, email, phone, and your answer, and then one entry from those answers will be picked at random daily. That contestant will win $100 cash. Please don't only enter once a day. If you enter more than one time per day, your entry will be disqualified for that day, so just do it once. Then on December 14th, between noon and 2 p.m., one of our 12 daily winners, along with a 13th winner, will be selected at random that morning, and you'll have a chance to turn that $100 into $1,000 just in time for Christmas at the live remote broadcast at Carrollton on Ice. So that question again, what unlikely duo recorded the song Peace on Earth and Little Drummer Boy in 1977? I'm going to go ahead and give you a spoiler. Patrick knew that one. Patrick Uran knew, so I had to make sure we didn't say it. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. How are you, Josh?
Fabulous. Thank you so much for joining us today. Glad to have us on Facebook Live today. So if folks have any questions or comments, they can throw those in. Why don't we start first by getting a little background, a little history about each of you. And if it's all right, we'll start with Patrick Uran, head of school.
Excellent. Well, first of all, thank you for having us on the show this morning. It's always exciting to be here. I am Patrick Uran. I'm a local. Born and bred in our southern area, and have been here most of my life. Growing up, proud graduate of our school systems that are in our area, and then I had a great opportunity to move away for almost 30 years, and then had a wonderful opportunity to come back and bring back some of the knowledge that I've learned in other areas to be able to help bring some ideas to Oak Mountain Academy. And so I've been able to be involved in Oak Mountain Academy now for 7 years, and also in several different organizations within our community as well. So it's exciting to be here.
You're dressed incredibly festive today.
Thank you. Tis the season.
Tis the season.
Tonight is our big Christmas program at 6 o'clock in the Oak Mountain Academy gym. So if you are free and available, come celebrate the season with us.
Excellent. And be sure to break out the festive fit, because you're going to have competition.
And fashion.
We love that alliteration.
We love that
alliteration.
Here you go.
All right. Let's throw it over to now I'm seeing Alessa Constein.
With an A.
There we go. Alessa Constein, Director of College Counseling. Good morning, Alessa.
Good morning.
Tell us a bit about you.
So I am the director of college counseling at Oak Mountain Academy, and I have been here this is year 5, but I am a native of Douglas County, went away for college up in North Georgia, and then got a job in higher education for my first part of the career, and then I moved back home in 2020 and have been at Oak Mountain ever since, and found my passion for helping students figure out what is their next step in life.
I bet they're very grateful for that, because that is a difficult, loaded question.
Overwhelming and loaded, yes.
That's amazing. I wish I had you in school, working at my school when I was in high school, because
it's a daunting process,
Yeah, absolutely.
but I'm here to make it less daunting.
Absolutely. Cool. Well, thank you for coming on the show. We'll throw it over to Jacob Wales, Upper School Dean. Good morning, Jacob. You're not as festive as Patrick, but you are very sharp.
Oh, thank you. I will be changing a little bit for the Christmas program later tonight. But thank you for having me. I'm happy to be back. So my name is Jacob Wells. I'm the Upper School Dean at Oak Mountain Academy. This is my first year here, and I moved to Carroll County just in June, and I've made my way here. Interesting. Originally from California, lived in Alabama, then Washington State, Arizona, Pennsylvania, and now in Georgia.
So you got a pretty solid selection.
Yeah, I've been all over the
sample
country.
size.
Yeah, all over the country. But super happy to be at Oak Mountain Academy, and really encouraged and super supported here at Oak Mountain Academy. And I love working with our students and faculty.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on that first year, man.
Thank you.
Very glad to have you on the program again. Well, why don't we jump right into it? The topic, of course, is discovering your journey through the college counseling process on the mountain. So why don't we start with Patrick? Patrick, why do families choose Oak Mountain Academy as the right school choice for them?
It's a great question. So we do have several families who have shared with us why they do think that Oak Mountain Academy is the right choice for them. And I always love hearing the answers because it is a version of one of the reasons why I got into education myself. And one of the things that I love about the families at Oak Mountain Academy is they are all there for the same reason, and that is for excellence. For their kids to be loved for their kids to be cared for, taken care of, and nurtured all along the way, and for a partnership to exist between the parents and the school. And that's one of the great things about Oak Mountain Academy is that we have that partnership. And so when I was growing up and going to school, we had a great partnership with my parents in the school system as well. And I think that makes all the difference in the world. And so at Oak Mountain Academy, they're there for overall excellence and to have a partnership with that excellence. And that would be excellence in academics. That would be excellence in their faith life. And for us, that faith life would be defining how do you be a good citizen in the world. Not necessarily what your religious belief system is, but how do you be a good citizen in the world and to your fellow individuals? And that would also be excellence in participating in opportunities that come your way, whether that be in the athletic programming, whether that be in arts programming. But how do you figure out how to develop your full set of tools and skills and passions? And then also, how do you build community and build teams? That you can work with and operate in, both in social environment and also in an academic environment. And so those really are the main reasons why families have picked Oak Mountain Academy. And so when you think back to when you were in school, that's really what you wanted your life to be like. You got up in the morning and you wanted to go be around people that you wanted to be around. You wanted to be in a classroom that you wanted to learn in. You wanted to be around teachers that you were excited to learn because you were excited about what they were excited about. And that's how you learn best. And that's how we learn at Oak Mountain Academy as well. And so by the time they go from pre-K 3 all the way through 12th grade, you're going to hear how they're prepared for college and how they're ready for industry. Through that journey, and it takes all of those years because we begin that process all the way down in pre-K 3 and it continues all the way through 12th grade. And Elisa does a phenomenal job with it. She undersells herself when she talks about it because she's incredibly modest. But I will tell you, in the years that she's been with us on the mountain, she has absolutely transformed that entire process. The college process used to be a pencil and paper rote process. And one of the things that Elisa does really well is she customizes and she personalizes that entire experience, not for the child, but for the entire family. So Elisa really takes great care in making sure that the college process is a family experience, not just an individual student experience. And so understanding and caring for the family throughout that process is something that we do at Oak Mountain Academy, and Elisa spearheads that, and she does it beautifully.
Well, let's talk more about that. We'll throw it over to Elisa Constein, Director of College Counseling. Elisa, let's talk about college counseling in all three divisions. What does it look like across those?
Yeah, so like Patrick mentioned, it spans from pre-K 3 through 12th grade. So even your tiny tots, they are building skills to help them be successful, whether they recognize it or not. And so that in the lower school, they focus on all the skill building and your foundational tools that help them prepare for what their future is, whatever that looks like, whether it's college or industry. And so we have a lot of areas of development that go beyond what your average school might offer. So we have 12 enrichments, I think, for the lower schools to involve themselves in with innovative thinking, problem-solving centers. We have, leadership development through assembly presentations. Like even our smaller ones will come and present something at an assembly, and it's really cute to see them stand up to the microphone when you can't see their head above the podium, and then they step on a stool. So it's really cute. And then with our enrichments, they have Bible, foreign language immersion, and technology. So they're getting all of these skills that you might not think a 5-year-old would have at a very young level, and it's going to help build those. And we build on that each year from pre-K 3 through 12th grade. So it's not everything in pre-K 3. We have to adapt to their skill level and their attention span. So in the middle school, they focus on more of exploring the skills and tools that they have built in the lower school and getting to explore more of what their interests are. So they have I think it's 14 enrichments that they are taking throughout their middle school career, and allows them to see what they are interested in, whether it's the STEM, whether it's the arts programs, sports, those kinds of things. And so they are getting to get a wide variety, and we encourage them to explore all of it because they might not know what they're interested in until they experience it.
And it's like Jacob Wells is traveling. You get a good sample size.
Yes.
You got a sample size of the country. When you're here at Oak Mountain, you get to touch a little bit of everything and find what, inspires you.
And that helps launch them into the upper school because even at the 8th grade level, if they can handle the advanced rigor, they are able to earn high school credit at the 8th grade level. So it kind of helps propel them and give them a taste of what high school will be like. And then in the upper school, we focus more on honing in on the skills and tools that they have been learning over those first 8 years. And then we continue to explore and build on those through time management, note-taking, and self-advocacy. Because like Patrick said, I do walk alongside these families, and it's a family thing to go through the college process, but I really promote that the student is the pilot of this plane, and we are the co-pilots. So they get to help lead it, but we are there to help keep the plane afloat and not crash. So it is very fun to walk alongside them through this process starting in 9th grade. And we start these conversations very early on, and they look different year to year as they get to senior year, because I'm not going to go ask a freshman, what do you want to study in college? Where do you want to go? Because they probably don't have a clue. Some do, and this is great, and we can build off of that. Others are like, I'm still figuring this out. I'm like, that is A-okay. And we have seniors who are still like, I kind of have an idea, but I really don't know. I said, that is fine too. We're going to figure this out together through talking what your interests are, what your skill level is, and what you really want out of your life. So that helps propel them into the college process. So we do like grade level meetings. I do it with parents and students separately, and we walk through each year of what they're going to look like. And then I have student one-on-one meetings with them, especially in senior year. We have very frequent one-on-one meetings, both formally and organically. So I try and make myself visible in the hallways and just strike up conversation anywhere I can, anytime I find available, to get to know them, because I think that's a very important piece, is getting to know who they are. So then I know how to help them, guide them in what their interests are, because I might not know something and pick something out of them that they don't know they have. And so it is a very unique process.
We got a Oak Mountain Academy in the studio with us today. Head of School Patrick Uran, Director of College Counseling Elisa Constein, and Jacob Wells, Upper School Dean, as we're discussing college counseling, the college counseling process on the mountain. We need to go ahead and take our first commercial break. When we come back, we'll continue our conversation with the Oak Mountain crew, so don't go anywhere. Community Voice brought to you by Tanner Health System and Oak Mountain Academy.
Consider the Mobius strip. Take a strip of paper, twist it, connect the ends. This connection forms a continuous loop. Seamless, infinite. That's how your healthcare should be too. At Tanner Health, the Mobius is our symbol and our promise, representing our continuum of care and our commitment that the services you need will be here for you always. We're not just changing healthcare, we're redefining it. See more at tanner.org.
Oak Mountain Academy is an innovative school of academic excellence celebrating over 61 years. I'm Patrick Uran, head of school, inviting you to join us on the mountain to see our mission and vision in action. Academic excellence, a faith-based environment, and dynamic opportunities are just a few of the reasons our families choose Oak Mountain Academy. Academic scholarships and tuition assistance are available. For more information, visit us at oakmountain.us. Discover your journey at OMA. Prepare, explore, and achieve.
And we're back to Community Voice. Today is Thursday, December 5th. I'm your host, Josh Engel, and we got Oak Mountain Academy in the studio with us today. Head of school, Patrick Uram, Director of College Counseling, Elisa Constein, and Jacob Wales, Upper School Dean. Today we're talking about discovering your journey through the college counseling process on the mountain. So if you have any questions or comments for our guests today, please feel free to hop in the chat. I'd be happy to read those out to our guests. So we're going to jump back into it. This question is going to go to Jacob Wales, Upper School Dean. So if we could, Jacob, let's chat a bit about the upper middle division, the college and industry readiness program elements. Can we speak a bit about that?
Absolutely. So the great thing about the middle and upper division at Oak Mountain Academy is that it really is the kind of continuation in the middle school and then the culmination in the upper school of that academic rigor and kind of excellent experience that the students have in the lower school, right? And as they continue on into those, into the middle and into the upper division, they start to get that continued development of the academic rigor piece and the soft skills piece that help them be college or industry ready. So in the upper school, for example, the students get to take those AP classes, the honor courses, or dual enrollment. As well, in their senior year, they get to take a kind of unique senior seminar course that allows those academic skills to really come to fruition and kind of are front and center, right, for the students while they're in the upper school. And those academic skills help them prepare for the college readiness piece, right? But in that process, both in the middle and in the upper divisions, the students also are learning how to communicate effectively and how to present well and how to, look appropriate, whether it's clothing or posture or all those soft skills that they learn through those classes and through the enrichments and through the advisory program or through their athletic competitions, right? And they're learning those soft skills deliberately and intentionally from their teachers or coaches or club advisors all along the way through the middle and the upper divisions, which help them be prepared for any industry, whether it's an industry that comes out of a college education or it's an industry where students go directly into training, right? And those soft skills help buoy their experience in the industry, especially in the first few years as they're kind of getting into that professional life. And at Oak Mountain Academy, we make that a central piece of that student's experience, not just the academic rigor, which is, of course, central to us, but also the soft skills that they're learning through the communication and presentation skills along the way.
Elisa, so how do the aforementioned program elements impact the college process?
I would say greatly, because it is preparing them to learn how to talk to colleges, and it's sending an email that is daunting to a lot of them. Like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, let's just sit and write this. And so it's teaching them those soft skills that they are learning in communication skills, how to put their best self forward to colleges, because that is what it's all about. It's not, you can send in a great application and fill it all out, but the colleges really want to know who you are as a person. And I think through the communication skills and soft skills that they are learning through these AP programs, our dual enrollment, our honors classes, that is all shaping this. And whether they know it or not, they are learning great skills to help them in college, because they are going to have to be their own advocate in college, whether they realize that. We are trying to prepare them to speak up for themselves.
God, that's such support, man. I'm telling you, like I every time we have an Oak Mountain program, Oak Mountain Academy show where we get to chat about this this particular process, like this element, these components of the Oak Mountain experience, I am filled with such jealousy, because it is such a scary time right there in that nebulous void of how do I do this? My parents don't know. They're blue collar workers. I mean, this is such a great resource for students and their families.
And I will be honest with you. I do wish, and you just said it as well, I wish that was something that I had gotten when I was in school as well, is how do you advocate for yourself in certain situations, because you have to do it differently in different situations. And even as adults, it's very difficult to do that, because you want to be able to stand up for yourself, but how do you do that in a non-aggressive way, working in somebody else's system? So the college process is an example of one convoluted system. And what we know about systems in general is when it is part of a mega system, they're all broken. So you are always ending in a dead end spot. So then how do you pivot and readjust to get your needs met? That in and unto itself can be just a masterclass that we could offer in parent education plans. But Elisa does such a great job of navigating not only the students, but the parents through that, because it isn't simply applying to get into a college. It's the financial aid application. It's the program within the college. It's the honors college. There are so many pieces to applying to college that did not exist when you and I were applying to a college, that it is a mammoth undertaking like no other. And she does a brilliant job with it. And I will tell you, that is a life skill. So just the college application process alone is preparing them for industry.
Right.
There it is. Exactly. And well, actually, let's, I'd like to speak a bit more about the parents, because Jacob, if we could, let's throw it over to you. Could we illuminate, kind of flesh out the role that parents play in this college process at Oak Mountain Academy?
Right. So we've mentioned a couple times the importance of the kind of family environment of Oak Mountain Academy and the incorporation of not just the student, but their entire family, right? And so in the college application or college counseling process, the parents, as Elisa mentioned earlier, are the co-pilots, right? The student is the one kind of directing the ship or flying the plane, and the parents are the support. And it is incredibly important for Oak Mountain Academy teachers and staff to be supportive of their students through the college counseling process or the college application process or the college results process, right, as those decisions come in. But the parents also play an incredibly important supportive role at home, right? And the great communication that we have across the board, where the student is kind of the centerpiece of that communication, bringing in their parents and the faculty and staff at Oak Mountain Academy. The parents get to be that supportive network at home, which helps the students throughout the entire process.
Excellent. Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and take our last commercial break. Time is 8:52. When we come back, we'll wrap up our conversation with Oak Mountain Academy Head of School, Patrick Uran, Director of College Counseling, Elisa Constein, and Upper School Dean, Jacob Wells, as we continue our conversation about discovering your journey through the college counseling process on the mountain. Community Voice brought to you by Tanner Health System and Oak Mountain Academy.
Consider the Mobius strip. Take a strip of paper, twist it, connect the ends. This connection forms a continuous loop, seamless, infinite. That's how your healthcare should be too. At Tanner Health, the Mobius is our symbol and our promise, representing our continuum of care and our commitment that the services you need will be here for you always. We're not just changing healthcare, we're redefining it. See more at tanner.org.
The AP Scholar Journey at Oak Mountain Academy is designed to provide students with a clearly defined advanced placement curriculum track to earn a series of distinctions upon graduation. This journey enables academically prepared students to pursue college-level studies throughout 17 AP courses in 5 subject categories while enrolled at OMA. I'm Patrick Uran, Head of School, inviting you to journey with us on the mountain. For more information, visit us at oakmountain.us. Discover your journey at OMA. Prepare, explore, and achieve.
And we're back to Community Voice. This morning's episode, this December 5th episode, Thursday, December 5th, is currently live streaming on our WLBB News Talk 1330 Facebook page. So if you have any questions or comments for our guests before we wrap up the program, feel free to throw those in the chat. Our guests again, from Oak Mountain Academy, we have Head of School, Patrick Uran, Director of College Counseling, Elisa Constein, and Upper School Dean, Jacob Wells. Be sure to check out this full episode as we have been discovering your journey through the college counseling process on the mountain. This is this is great information for parents, especially parents who have gone through the scary, stressful process of figuring out what you want to do college-wise, what career you might want to enter. Oak Mountain starts this process very early and makes it super not scary. And of course, Elisa here and Jacob and Patrick do everything they can to help prepare the students, not just for this process, but the steps that follow.
Yeah.
So why don't we, Lisa, if we could, let's continue with you. What makes OMA's college prep program unique?
So I think we kind of talked about this on the break, but compared to other schools that are at larger, you don't see your college counselor, or you might not have a college counselor that is there to direct you what to do and help you out. They just say, here's the application, fill it out.
Yep.
I am in a position where I can walk alongside them daily, if not hourly, and help them figure things out. As we talked, I helped a student yesterday print out an SAT ticket because she was like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, we have this, we got this, we can do it. So I'm also a calming, I think, person for them to say.
You are calming. You are a calming person.
Thank you. I say, let's take a breath and take a step back, and then let's move forward. And so I do have a unique perspective coming from higher education. I spent 5.5 years in higher education as a professional, and then in undergrad, I was a student worker in the admissions office. So I got to see the inner workings of what the process looks like.
I'm so sorry.
So I am able to help them with all the lingo. They're like, I don't know what this means. I'm like, okay, well, let's look it up, or let's dive on their website, because a lot of college websites are convoluting with all this information. Like, I have no idea where to look. I'm like, simple words.
I tried to apply to college. I ended up being the mascot. Like, it's so difficult. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard.
Yeah. So I think I am in a unique perspective or position at Oak Mountain Academy to help them walk through this college process and prepare them for college that will then help launch them into the world.
Excellent. Well, Jacob, let's continue on that. What makes Oak Mountain Academy's upper division unique?
Well, so for me, there's a lot of things that make Oak Mountain Academy's upper school unique, but all roads lead to the personalized piece, right? So the students at Oak Mountain Academy in the upper school get the personalized education. They get the personalized attention. They're in small class sizes. They get one-on-one time with their teacher. They get to talk to any number of adults, whether they're teachers or staff members, about their experience and whatnot. As the upper school dean, I have the opportunity to talk to students about their passions, which is what I'm passionate about, right? Talking to other people about what they're passionate about. And you really get to know who they are. And in such a kind of cohesive and family-driven environment, that's really unique, right? For us to be able to learn about individual students and for them to learn about us. And so the personalized piece is really the driving factor in terms of what makes Oak Mountain Academy unique to me. And to wrap it up, right, to go back to Elisa, she is so good at making those experiences for those upper school students and middle school students and lower school students, that giving them that personalized attention and making their or meeting their needs or what they need at that moment in a specific context for each student.
Excellent. Well, we have about a minute left. So if we could, Patrick, I'd love to wrap up with some final thoughts, and please, give listeners at home, the parents that are tuning in, where they can learn more about Oak Mountain.
Absolutely. So our college counseling process is just one example of our community and our culture. And Oak Mountain Academy is a place that cares about our people. And it's not just an educational institution, it is a family. And so everyone who is at Oak Mountain Academy is cared for as a family. And so we start, as you've heard, through pre-K3, preparing them for life, whether that be going directly into industry or going directly into college as your next steps. And we are teaching all along the way how to be good citizens and how to care for one another. And it's a partnership with the parents. And so it is one of those things that we are very proud of because it feels good to get up and come to work every single day because it doesn't feel like work. It feels like you're coming to be with your family every single day. And that's pretty special. And so if you want to hear more about that, then you can log onto our website at www.oakmountain.us. You can give us a call to our main line at 770-834-6651. You can also schedule a tour through our admissions office with Miss Amanda Tayeb and just come take a look for yourself and see what it's all about.
Patrick, Elisa, Jacob, thank you for joining us today. And to everyone tuning in at home, we'll see you next time.